Hi there fellow minions. So as for the beginners, you already know the basics, but there are certain things that as you've started playing you may not know yet, or there are better ways of doing things. So these are my tips and techniques that I wish I knew once I started playing Apocalypse Now. First up, to help with your stress levels, the POIs in this mod do contain Screamers. However, there is a difference between a POI Screamer and the normal Screamers. The ones in the POI do not call in hordes, they are just there to freak you out and do a darn good job of it. I honestly believe this feature that Killer Bunny has added is really great for the mod. It keeps you on your feet, provides a few jump scares and guessing whether the Screamer is there as a lame POI one or it is a normal one that's going to call in the hordes. So the first tip is POI Screamers don't call in hordes, they are just there to screw with you. As mentioned in my beginner's guide, there are a lot of animals in the mod roaming around. Be very aware that Killer Bunny has a few family members that can lead to your death. Not all are hostile, but a few rabbits and chickens can be vicious and are no joke on your first few days, especially as often you will only notice them once they attack you out of nowhere. They will even join in during horde night, so be aware that they are not friendly, but they do make a nice stew and bacon and eggs. For those having played Apocalypse Now for a while, will have known the fat problem. It can be quite difficult to obtain. However, with the most recent 3.0.5 update, fat has a chance to be harvested from your local friendly corpse, especially when harvested with a knife or bladed weapon, which is not an axe. So, corpses are now your friend, and you should now see a lot more fat in the game. Don't scrap the wood logs that you cut down, thinking that is how you obtain the actual planks. You only get 7 wood planks from each log if you scrap them. If you click the recipe option on your logs or you look for wood, then make wood planks from that and you will get 10 wood from each log. Speaking of scrapping, during your exploring you'll get many gun parts, and if you're not using them they can be sold, but I prefer to actually scrap them. With how many weapon parts you get while playing, you can potentially get many thousands of iron from these, which you can then turn into more useful items. Mining is very important in Apocalypse Now, or at least obtaining resources is. As you progress and get further into the game, you should be making tens of thousands of dukes from selling items. Once you get to level 5 of bartering, my tip to you is that you can purchase stacks of resources from each trader. If you are rolling in money and don't want to do as much mining, you can make round trips between traders and purchase huge quantities of iron, coal, nitrate and lead and other resources. Enough that you don't have to mine for them, if you have enough money. Now, when one first looks at the classes, I think a lot of players are quite shocked at the number of notes that are required to build and make these books. Sounds a lot. I mean 60 notes per book and you have 10 books on every single class. I have seen people moan about this. Even those coming from Darkness Falls with a similar system have complained. However, it is really not that bad. Darkness Falls is actually more expensive as each class requires a class book of 120 notes plus a mastery book of 600 notes. So Apocalypse Now is cheaper overall. Also, like Darkness Falls, you have the chance to purchase the books. A tip if you are playing multiplayer or co-op, you can share your classes, such as one person may play engineer and one can then do the farmer class. And that way you can save on making books. Just remember to keep scrapping those schematics and recipes you don't need. Also, don't forget to look into the mail and news containers for more stuff to scrap. Another tip is players will at times spend ages trying to find a particular book in a series. There are research notes in Apocalypse Now, and with these you can craft certain schematics and even books. If you have enough research notes, then just make the book. No need to wait for a random drop to provide that last book in a set. Just craft it. The Pack Mule perk has now been removed. All your storage upgrades are in the Modifiers crafting perk. Pocket mods, military and advanced military mods are available by putting points into here. Many people know about the normal armor pocket mods. However, not everybody notices the military version straight away. So by the time you get to level 3 of your modifier skill tree, you can already start crafting military armor pockets which replace the old normal ones. They are also available in loot, even the advanced military pocket mods. And then don't forget you have 3 backpacks which are found here as well. With the final skill being opened, it gives access to the large backpack which provides a healthy 66 slot spaces. When you are building or upgrading, new players will often get confused by that strange symbol that comes directly after wood and just before cobblestone. That is the symbol of reinforced wood, and it indicates that you don't have enough. This is crafted from wood and iron at a workbench. We hope that one day there will be something better than just the symbol to indicate what is missing, as new players often find it quite difficult to figure out what this symbol actually means. For now, just know you need reinforced wood when moving from a wood upgrade. I've often suggested to keep some frame wooden blocks on hand, mainly to jump up onto when trying to get away from zombies or block up a doorway. However, I was watching a Wayward Echo video, which you can get down in the description, and I've now started switching from normal cubes to a cube frame. The reason being is that you can shoot straight through them. Now you have a block that is just like the other wooden blocks, but you can shoot through it. The zombies will try to get to you and will struggle and only damage the blocks, while you can shoot them at your leisure without doing any damage at all to the block. A lot of new players, and even those that have been playing for a while, don't actually know about the underground vending machines dotted around the map. These vending machine bunkers contain 6 vending machines with stuff that you can buy, and they reset every few days. For Alpha 21, Killer Bunny has said that they will be tied to the Better Barter perk, which is excellent news. Currently they fall flat with later levels with relatively worthless items to purchase. However, they are still a really fun feature in the game and spotting them while roaming around. So look out for these, they can make a big difference in the early game with items that you don't have. Finally, we have probably the most requested bit of information in the mod. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Autominer. This item is found in loot and is a very popular question on how it functions. You place the Autominer down practically anywhere, sand, rock, or in your base, doesn't matter. Just don't put them on top of one another. Then every real-time hour, they turn black and you can loot them. No amazing loot, but many various random resources from polymers to iron, brass, and lead. You don't need to feed them, just loot them. If you have many of them, the resources certainly add up, so you have another fun way of getting these extra resources. To pick an Autominer up and move it if you need to, just salvage it and the Autominer will go into your inventory. If there's something that I've missed or a tip for a better way of doing something, please let me know in the comments. Until the next time, I'll see you in the next one.